Ashazul bin Zubari.
And my name is Ashraf bin Zulkifli.
So today we'd like to talk about satellite communication system. We are from EE1113D from ECM 241 English Communication System, and
Our beloved lecturer is Sir Ermi bin Abdul Qadir.
so we would like to thank you to him for teaching us for this semester.
Yes.
Satellite transponder acts like repeater, consists of receiver and transmitter. The main function of satellite transponder is to pick up the transmit signal from the transmitter on the earth. On the earth station and satellite, they have transmitter and receiver here and here. So the transmitter will pick up the signal from the transmitter on the earth. Means that transmitter on the satellite will pick up the signal from the transmitter on the earth. The second function is to amplify the signal. So to move the signal to the transmitter from a station to satellite, it have to simplify the signal first to transmit the signal to the satellite. The second function is to translate the carrier frequency to another frequency. So the satellite will translate the carrier frequency that received from a station to another frequency here. Okay, the last function is the retransmit the amplified signal to the receiver on the earth. So after the signal was transmitted from the station to satellite, the second satellite will receive from the other satellite and to move to the station to the other station. I would like to show you the process of communication satellite. Satellite will receive the signal from the ground station, which means it a station, do the amplification and frequency translation and broadcast it to the station that are able to receive transmission. A satellite begins at the station, satellite on the station, passing through the satellite and ends at passing to the another satellite and ends to the other station. Satellite communication system utilize microwave terminal both a satellite and in the earth station for high reliable and high capacity system. For example, we watch the live football tournament from the overseas or outside our country. So on the other country that have live football, we send the signal of the game to the satellite, and the satellite will move to the other satellite, and the signal will flow, we send to the other station to get the live same as the live begin. Downlink and uplink. Uplink is the pass of the satellite signal from the earth transmitted to the receiver of the satellite. The frequency signal will transmit from earth station to the satellite is called the uplink frequency. The uplink frequency for C-band is 6 GHz. Downlink is the pass of satellite signal from the satellite transmitter to the receiver of the earth. The retransmitted signal from the satellite to receive the station is called downlink, and the downlink frequency for a C-band is 4 GHz.
Okay, next is for the satellite orbit. For the satellite orbit, there is three basic types of orbit. 1, 2, and 3. The satellite is visible from 1/3 of the Earth's surface, so 3 satellites are needed for full coverage of the Earth. For the first orbit is polar orbit. And the second orbit is elliptically inclined orbit. And the third orbit is circular equatorial orbit. Okay, for the polar orbit, it is a north-south orbit, normally used for navigation, where the satellite meteorological and land resource satellite system. It is not used for telecommunication purpose. Then, for the elliptically inclined orbit, it used for Russian domestic system with inclination of 63 degrees and a 12 hours orbit period, but visible for 8 hours only, so 3 satellites are needed for continuous coverage. And the last one is circular equatorial orbit. It is called geosynchronous orbit. This satellite is in a geosynchronous orbit is at a height of about 35,800 km, has 24 hours orbit period, and its angular speed is equal to the rotational speed of the Earth. So it appears stationary or motionless over a fixed point on the Earth's surface. Real orbit, there is advantage and disadvantage of geosynchronous satellite. The first advantage is the satellite remains almost stationary relative to the Earth station, so the computer control tracking of the satellite is minimized. And the second advantage is a geosynchronous satellite is permanently in view, so there are no breaks in transmission. There is no need to switch from one satellite to another. Then disadvantage is, first, latitudes greater than 81.250 north and south are not covered. And the second of disadvantage is, due to the high latitudes of geosynchronous satellite, the received signal power, which is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, is very weak, and the signal propagation delay is about 300 millisecond.
Okay, that's all from us.
Thank you very much.